everybody. It's finished.
Oh, right. Hey, everybody. Gobo's finished writing his book.
You bet, Moki. I'll read it to you.
Wow, my friend Gobo has written a book.
I am always interested in new literature, Gobo.
I've even made several copies of it so we can all read it together.
Watch this, guys. It'll all be about Gobo and his dumb adventures.
No, Red, it's about all of you. You and Moki and Boober and Wembley.
Gosh, about me too?
Now, does everybody have a copy of the book so you can all read along with me?
Yep.
You know, all you Fraggles have to read your own parts when we come to them.
I'm so excited.
Okay, all you gotta do is turn the page every time I ring this bell.
Great bell. Shh, Wembley. Now go ahead and read the book, Gobo. You promise I'm in this story, Gobo?
Trust me. Now, the name of this book is Gobo Fraggle and the Poison Cackler.
I see I didn't make the title.
Ed?
Shh. My name is Gobo Fraggle, and I live in Fraggle Rock. Where else would a Fraggle live? And where else would a Fraggle want to live? You see, Fraggle Rock is made up of about 1 million caves and caverns, all different colors and sizes, filled with pools of water, stone bridges, glowing grottos, underground rivers, and thousands of Fraggles. We Fraggles come in many colors and sizes, too. But we have one thing in common. We love to have a good time.
Ooh, love that bell. It's a nice prose style, too. Well, so far he hasn't mentioned any of us.
Now, I am friendly with many Fraggles, but the Fraggles I spend most of my time with are Moki, Wembley, Boober, and Red.
Ooh, now that's more like it. Turn the page.
Moki is an artist and a dreamer. She draws beautiful pictures, and she knows the difference between ordinary words and poetry, which is a hard thing to know.
What a nice thing to say about me. Thank you, Gobo.
You're welcome. Wembley is a little green guy who can never make up his mind about anything and always tries to agree with everyone. This can sometimes be annoying, but he means well. I guess you could call Wembley my best friend. He and I share a room together.
Wow, Gobo talked about me in a book. I'm famous.
Boober is kind of green too, although he should be blue because he's always so depressed and miserable. To give you an idea of what a bundle of fun Boober is, his big joy in life is doing the laundry. But he does do it very well. Nobody does boring things as well as Boober.
I am deeply touched by this tribute.
Watch now, I bet he skips right over me.
And then there's this Fraggle with pigtails named Red, who always thinks she can do everything better than I can. She really drives me crazy. Because a lot of the time, she's right.
Oh.
Is that okay, Red?
Yeah, it was great. Is there more?
It's coming up. First, we have to turn the page.
I love it when we have to turn the page. Then we get to listen to the bell. Oh, give me a break.
So now that you know where I live and who my friends are, let me tell you the story of the time the poison cackler almost got me. It started one morning just after I had finished my breakfast of radish juice and radish chunks. I was sitting on my bed, making up a new tune on my gourd guitar, when Wembley came rushing into the room. Go ahead, Wembley, read your line.
Gobo, you have to hide,
shouted Wembley.
You have to hide right away, and you have to stay hidden forever. Very nice, Wembley. You're a good actor. Really?
Poor old Wembley was pale and trembly. He looked about as scared as a Fraggle can be. What's wrong? I asked, getting a little worried myself.
There's a poison cackler looking for you.
Right about then, I got to feeling kind of trembly myself.
He says you messed up his nest and he's going to get you for it.
Now, it just so happens that the day before I had stumbled onto a poison cackler's nest. It had been empty and I hadn't hurt anything, but I had sort of rearranged some of the straw. It was an accident, but I knew poison cacklers might not understand about accidents.
You know what they say about poison cacklers?
Said Wembley.
They never forgive and they never forget.
That was true. I went to my wooden box in the corner where I keep important things and got out my wooden sword and my tin shield.
Gobo, aren't you going to run and hide?
Asked Wembley, his eyes growing wide. You know what else they say about poison cacklers? You can't run from them and you can't hide from them. So I marched out of the room, off to look for the poison cackler.
Oh, brother, Mr. Hotshot Hero.
I'm emotionally drained.
I think it's really exciting. Anybody heard him mention Red Fraggle recently?
Not for a while, no.
I promise you, Red, this story is all about you, so please.
I know. Turn the page.
Now, the truth is, I wasn't quite as brave as I'd let Wembley believe. My knees were knocking and my teeth were chattering, my stomach was fluttering and my heart was thumping. I was noisier than a drummer in a band. Pretty soon I came to Moki's place. She was curled up in a corner of the cave, carving a bowl out of an acorn pie. When I came in, she jumped to her feet with alarm.
Gobo, run and hide! There's a poison cackler looking for you!
I know. Have you seen it?
No, but Morris Fraggle saw it, and it was heading towards Boober's hole.
Very good, Moki. You sound just like you.
Oh, thank you.
So I set off for Boober's. By this time, my elbows were knocking, my knees were chattering, and my ears were fluttering, and my hair was thumping. I mean, I was scared. Soon, I came to Boober's hole, which is a special little dark and pitiful place where Boober likes to live and wallow in misery. This morning, however, I found him out in front, stirring something in a bowl and humming to himself. When he saw me, he quickly set the bowl down on a rock and threw out his arms wildly.
Gobo, run and hide!
He shouted with terror in his voice.
There's a poison cackler looking for you.
I know, I replied. Have you seen it?
No, but Fraggle saw it and it was headed that way.
So off I set, following Boober's quivering, pointing finger.
Oh, this must be me coming up. I'm the only one left.
I knew where it would lead me. There was only one other person left to see.
I'll say...
The poison cackler himself.
Now, wait a minute. I thought you said I was in this goofy story.
Just be patient, Red. This story is all about you.
But what's with this poison cackler stuff? What about your old buddy Red?
Just turn the page and listen, Red.
Up a narrow tunnel I marched, knowing the fearful horror that lay before me. And then I heard it. The wheezing, woofly sound of a poison cackler. It was waiting for me up ahead, where the darkening tunnel turned sharply and vanished into the rock.
Uh-oh, this is the scary part.
My throat was dry. My palms were wet. My hair stood on end. My tail felt limp. I turned the corner. Looming before me stood the cackler. From deep within the terrible beast came a strangled, high-pitched cackle. It raised its arms slowly to its awful face.
What was that?
Turn the page.
And then its hands lifted off its head, which was really only a mask. And there stood Red Fraggle in her poison cackler costume.
Surprise!
Red shouted wildly, "Surprise!" Repeated all the Fraggles of the rock as they leapt out of their hiding places. Some were carrying flowers and some had presents. Boober had baked a cake and Moki's acorn bowl was filled with blueberry juice. And then they all sang happy birthday to me, Gobo Fraggle. Boy, was I surprised.
So was I.
How about that, I said to Red, who was still in her poison cackler suit. A poison cackler may never forget an insult, but a Fraggle sometimes forgets his birthday. The end.
Wow, what a great story! I was the poison cackler! I didn't even know it, but I was the poison cackler!
I told you it was all about you.
I wouldn't mind hearing it again.
Why, I'll say My favorite part is the bell.
Oh, my favorite part is
Of course, the whole story revolves on the old surprise party plot twist.